So welcome back. 23 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. It is Chelsea 0, Norwich City 0. Now, as part of our continued partnership with 20 by 20, we have a really brilliant prize which is ongoing at the moment. So the theme of 20 by 20 this year is participation, just moving is the tagline. Basically, I spoke with Sarah Rowe last week and we offered an Off the Ball listener the chance to get 3 weeks mentorship and advice from Sarah Rowe of Mayo and Collingwood. 21 days to make a habit is the thinking and all that. So we asked listeners to send in a video as to why you might appreciate the help or need the advice or need the mentorship. And we have ourselves a winner. This is the video from Sarah Delaney.
Hiya, my name's Sarah. The reason why I want to win the competition is because sport plays such a huge role in my life. My life practically revolves around it. And I've been playing all sorts of sport since as long as I can remember. It has also helped me come over a lot of obstacles thrown my way over the last while. I'm always looking for ways to improve myself, my lifestyle, confidence and habits. I try look for advice and tips off coaches, players, teammates, anyone really that can help. And I think advice and mentoring off Sarah will be hugely beneficial for me now and in the future. I would absolutely be honoured to get help off someone like her. So thank you.
There we are. That was a very easy winner. Sarah Delaney, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Great to have you with us. So congratulations, you're getting the 3 weeks of mentorship from Sarah Rowe, who's also with us. No pressure, Sarah.
No, it sounds like a very sincere message there, and I'm glad. Well done, Sarah, on the competition and sending in that great video.
So, Sarah, talk to us. 16 years of age, from Rathangan, big sports person?
Huge, yeah.
And so, what sports are you playing, or how long have you been active, or are you still kind of, dipping your fingers in different ones?
I'm playing rugby, basketball, football at the moment, and horse riding if you want to count that. And ever since I could practically walk, I've always had a ball in my hand, and I've kind of just thrown myself at anything. Like I was at boxing and kickboxing for a while. I had to give them up, unfortunately, to go at the others. But anything really, I just kind of throw myself at to give it a try.
Great. So Sarah Rowe, I've just realised, by the way, I have two Sarahs here, which is a radio nightmare. Sarah Rowe, have you two been speaking, or does this all kick off this week?
This all kicks off this week. I suppose in that message, I noticed that, you always look for feedback and you're always looking to learn. And when you have that kind of attitude, Sarah, you're always going to do well. So fair play to you on all the work, I suppose, so far. But I'd been given the heads up on how active you are and how rugby plays a really big part in your life as well. And that seems to be your favourite one, is it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So how are you guys going to do this then? What's the best route? Is it have a chat, Sarah Rowe, or check in week to week, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think check in week to week, and I suppose if Sarah has any questions for me or anything that she wanted to pick my brains on, or if she, I'm sure I could learn something from you as well. And I think that would be like to have a kind of collaborative process where both of us have a chat together and, we find the answers that you need for yourself versus, I suppose, me telling you what to do, because I think, you probably know where you want to go and what you want to do, but maybe just some guidance along the way. I'm always here to support you anyway.
Thank you very much.
Well, that sounds good. And Sarah Delaney, sorry, this sounds dreadful using both your surnames every time, but we're stuck with it. So are you looking to get involved in other sports, or where would you like things to go for yourself down the line? I guess the hope is, like all of us, that you're still playing sport in 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to just kind of better myself in all my sports and see how far I can go and see how good I can get and just still get the enjoyment out of all of it, like down the line.
So is in your world growing up, was sport something that's really encouraged, and there were teams and places to go and places to play, or was it that bit more difficult maybe than it might be for a young fella growing up across the road?
It was encouraged a lot. Like my family would be huge in sport, but like at the likes, I think for the first 1 or 2 years I was playing rugby, I was with the lads. Right. And it only kind of really kicked off when I was about 11 or 12 when the girls team kind of came around. Yeah.
Was that your experience, Sarah Rowe, or did you have girls teams growing up all the way?
Yeah, I would have had girls teams, but I also played with the boys soccer team for a few years, which I have to say it was brilliant, and it's something that I would encourage girls to do as well, because it was so good for my development to always try raise my standards and, you know, get up to the pace of where the boys were at. Like, I do remember a few of them having a bit of a giggle about me rocking up to training, but yeah, after some time, I suppose they, you know, when they see you working hard, they gain that respect for you. So I think it was really good for me, I suppose, attitude wise and physically and mentally both. And playing with the boys was, you know, a huge challenge. But yeah, with Gaelic, then I always played with my girls team, but soccer it was with the boys first and then the girls.
Right, okay. What position are you in the rugby, Sarah Delaney?
I'm flanker or hooker.
Okay. I'll be honest, flanker sounds like a better gig to me, but I mean,
Yeah,
definitely. you can figure it out. And is there a league and it's up and running and there's plenty of numbers? Is it going well?
Yeah, we have, like, the last couple of years we've been huge. My club just amalgamated with a club, so we have a really big team, a really strong team as well. We were really unfortunate this year that it had to end because we really had a great team and it was looking really good for us. But we have another great team coming up this year, so hopefully we'll be just as good as the year if we work hard enough.
Okay, great. Are there any other sports you've got your eye on or you're thinking of trying?
I don't know. I would love to play AFL. I think that's kind of a perfect mix for me. So I definitely would love to try that in the future.
Well, okay, now we're talking.
that was the question I was going to ask you, Sarah. I was going to say if you were to predict, I suppose, where you would like to be in the next 2 to 5 years, what would be your, I suppose, goals and your dream as such?
Oh, I definitely want to play in the green jersey for Ireland, and I 100% would love to go over to Australia for a couple of years to play AFL. Yeah, that's always kind of been a dream of mine, so I'd love that.
Well, there's definitely opportunities there for girls at the moment, and, you know, if you work hard and see the opportunity, and obviously I can shed some light on, I suppose, what way you could try go about that as well, and help you along the way, and anything at all that I could help, even in, I suppose, daily things, because I think as well with this Little Moves and 20 by 20 campaign, it's all about the small things you do daily to get to where you need to be versus, you know, thinking too far down the line. But, you know, I think our habits daily play a huge role in where we want to go next.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it strikes me, Sarah Rowe, that actually the Australian route, and you're in the midst of it now, like it's a really attractive one for lots of players over here, and I suspect Sarah Delaney is not the only person thinking that way. You seem to have had a great time out there, and as you said, there are opportunities for sure if people wanted to target that.
Yeah, and like the crosscoders have obviously set up a business as such for girls to see a pathway, and they set up camps and all that where scouts can go and watch them, and they can send on videos for people as well. So like I always say, when, you know, if you want something in life, you go ask the question, and you go to the right people where, you know, they know the answers, like how you can get there. So if you don't ask, you'll never know. So I think that to see the pathway and to know that the crosscoders have a clear direct route as to how to get there if you want it, that's you know, that's really refreshing that we have that resource now in place.
And Sarah Delaney, I guess you can't speak for the whole country, obviously, but in your world, like your mates in the classroom or whatever, are girls generally getting involved in sport? Is it, you know, because I think if we were talking to a 16-year-old lad, you would assume most of his mates would play sport of some kind. What's your experience?
I think definitely recently it's picked up a lot, especially like with 20 by 20 and like the Little Moves campaign, with stuff like that. It's really picking up and like encouraging girls to get into it. And yeah, it's definitely just picked up over the last while, and it's great to see, really.
Yeah, that's interesting, because it seems like at your age is an age where a lot of girls drop out of sport.
Yeah, no, definitely. That does happen a lot, really, in like teams and everything. It's now kind of when you see the girls dropping.
Okay, well, listen, congrats on winning. So Sarah Rowe is at your beck and call, whatever you need. You nag her as much as you want, and we'll check back in with you guys and see how you get on, and we'll let you go off and have some conversations, obviously, in private over the next few weeks. But Sarah Rowe, thanks a mil, as ever, for dropping in. And Sarah Delaney from Rathangan, congratulations, and hopefully you get something out of it. Thanks so much for joining us, okay?
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Okay. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. That is Sarah Rowe and Sarah Delaney, 16 years of age, from Rathangan. So this is all as part of our partnership with 20 by 20. The theme is participation, just moving is the tagline, and so it's just a different prize that we thought we'd give away, and Sarah Rowe has been good enough to volunteer her time, so hopefully Sarah Delaney in Rathangan gets something out of it.